warm out today. Pushing 85 probably. Let me really look. So you got one person checking me out. Who's out there? Leave a comment. Thought I'd do a little Q&A. Talk about possible places to go. Get people's input. See what's happening in the auditing world. Doesn't have to be all about audits, whatever. So what's going on in the world today, everybody? I know in the area where I am, there's pretty much just one story out there in the news, and I don't want to mention it because it's getting overdone as it is. Seriously thinking about going down and auditing the local news and standing out in front of there for about maybe, I don't know, a couple hours a day, every day, and push the envelope, see how they like it. That'd be a fun thing to do. See someone from the news media complaining about the news media. Oh. A little dead air here. See if get a couple people jumping on and say what's up. I'm gonna try to do this maybe once a week. A little Q&A, just talk bullshit. Doesn't matter. Whatever people want to talk about. Doesn't have to be about auditing. Could be about I don't know, anything really. As long as we don't get politics too much involved. I've seen talking about how much we make at our jobs and politics ruin relationships. Pretty much. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Try to stay a little current in what's going on in the auditing world. Talk about things that have happened, things that might be coming up. Had an event happen this past weekend. I'm sure there's going to be different views and opinions on what actually went down and why, and a lot of speculating, I'm sure, but people involved, people close to people involved, they know what was going on, and that's just that, you know. So if anybody out there wants to talk, say hey, or comment, ask a question, we're here. Just trying to see what I pretty much know what kind of content people want to see on channels like mine. I'm trying to do things a little bit different. I'm not trying to be so much in your face, kind of rude reporting. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be. I'm not going to say any names in particular, but I know people who watch a lot of videos like this. They know who I'm talking about. I'm going to try to keep my distance, be respectful, but at the same time, assert my rights and try not to take too much crap from anybody really. Hey, Richard75, how you doing, buddy? Just doing a little Q&A here, talking with folks, get some ideas. Cool, that's cool. It came up on your dashboard. Yeah, I clean my dashboard with Armor All. Armor All keeps it clean. But yeah, that's cool. Awesome, man. You're subbed to me. That's cool, man. Appreciate it. Thanks. Definitely like the subs and trying to get the word out. Just little chit chat with people, see what's going on. Oh, okay, the YouTube dashboard. Okay, cool, sweet. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant, man. That's my American humor. Do a lot of play on words with how I talk sometimes. Kind of throws people off. Yeah, I do. I do audits. I've got a couple under my belt. Um, be doing more soon in the future. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come out here and do a little forum like this, get some people's ideas on places I can go. I specifically got some places in mind. Um, oh, okay, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you might not get some of the yeah, and that's cool. Yeah, I think I read that on one of your other comments that you're bilingual and other play on words, but if I'm gonna know somebody who's bi, I guess bilingual is the way I want to go. Hey, BQ Freedom, how you doing, buddy? But I guess I guess what I want to start doing now is start focusing more on government related businesses due to what I've got going on in my personal life. Doing cop watching and PDs and all that. It's not in my best interest as far as my personal end goes. Yeah, Norway, right, Richter. Um, so I'm trying to audit and keep out of the total limelight. I really don't have any support as far as immediate family as to what I'm doing. I live with a lot of conditioned people per se, and things are starting to work a little bit better. But until they can get out there and see what I do and understand what I do, most likely I'd love to get them in a situation like that with me where they can respectfully um, decline, you know, the the constant questions and the bullying by the police that happens out there daily. I mean, we have conditioning that happens in our lives daily. Just people don't recognize it, you know, and that's the first start of change is to recognize what's happening and be respectful about it. Yeah, I try to be respectful when I'm out there. Not trying to sound like too much of a jerk about it, but you know, not identifying as part of the purpose of doing this, you know, exercising our rights, showing that, you know, we have specific freedoms, you know, and if apparently, you know, if you don't use them, you're going to lose them. And and that's what I'm trying to show people, express to people. And a couple people that are close to me that really hate what I'm doing, you know, just totally don't get it. A couple of them are military, you know, military backgrounds, and you know they still don't understand about, you know, these people are supposed to be upholding the Constitution, you know, protecting our rights and not using their authority to abuse them. But like I said before, it's just a matter of maybe getting these people in some situations that can help the reconditioning. Yeah, yeah. ABQ, I know what you mean about the whole jail thing. Um, yeah, yeah. There has been a lot of arrests recently about the filming, but you know, that being said, you know, I'm not saying that that's my goal, but you know, that's definitely an option that can happen out there. And for me personally, um, it's going to be a needed step in the right direction to proving that we do have these freedoms and they just can't step all over us like that, you know. And as I said before, I'm trying to do it in the most courteous, professional way as possible. Trying to keep my temper under control and my wits about me. Yeah, they do tend to jail people in the U.S. for real small offenses, and that's all part of the money making scheme. You know, it really is. And I heard this. I'm gonna kind of repeat this. I heard from another on another auditor's channel. You know, if they're disrespecting us like this for going out there and not breaking the law and just asserting our rights, what are they doing to the people out there that are breaking minor laws? You know, it can, you know. could be a little crazy. Bao pretty much um I'm not sure of his total story as far as all the facts go, but pretty much from what I've learned, the whole Bao story is they're trying to make an example out of him. He asserted his rights. They didn't like it, and uh, and that's that. Yeah, ABQ. It's a tough thing to deal with the first time you actually got to deal with him like that. And I haven't had it that bad myself yet, but I'm sure it's gonna come eventually, and I just gotta keep my cool and try to keep my wits about me. And I'm sure eventually I'm gonna get pressured into IDing. It's just one of those options that we have to make out there doing what we do um, to keep ourselves out of the serious trouble. I mean, you got to pick your battles. You really do. When it comes right down to it, if you think you might be technicality or whatever, best thing to do, in my opinion, is just to give in. You know, especially if they want to take you down for something stupid like trespassing or jaywalking, or something like that, because they can really screw with you. Yeah, Rick, sure. Yeah, yeah, I heard you mention that before in the chats. Supporters like you are definitely needed and welcome in the community. That being said, you almost kind of pick your battles on that kind of way too. You don't want to get stuck maybe giving to somebody and finding out they're a jerk, or doing things not the way you like to see them happening. I'm trying to read the chat here, guys. So uh, keeps disappearing on me. I got to figure out a way to leave this chat up here. Touching my screen. Come back, chat. All right, figure that out later, I guess. Oh. But yeah, knowing knowing what the laws are in your state, and um, trying to maybe stay away from the more worse areas that you've heard of, or the problem areas, is a good way to start, definitely. Yeah, from my understanding, what people post on live streams and stuff, the um, channel owner is really not responsible for. But that's one thing I'm going to address. I should have maybe addressed sooner um, in a different live stream about the rules that I want to set for my channel, and the mods that I got out there now. They pretty much know the deal. I won't I won't tolerate any threats. We can have discussions, and we're not going to agree on everything 100%, and that's fine. But as far as threatening people or threatening the police or saying that you're going to outright do something bad or evil, I don't like that kind of stuff. And people do what they got to do, as far as you know making a stop, deleting comments, maybe timeouts, or just outright banning. I'm trying to keep it as professional as I can. Yeah, a little shaming and ridicule is okay, but again, I think just not crossing the line, and I mean, language and stuff too. I want to try to keep the profanity and stuff down to a reasonable level. And I'm not saying that kids under 12 are watching my channel, but just out of respect to others, especially the area that I live in. Um, I don't know if you know it or not. Richter, am I saying that right, Richter? Um, the area I live in is called the Bible Belt. Yeah, Piggy Piggy, like, I like that personally, but this area that I live in is called the Bible Belt. So there's like churches everywhere. Um, Literally, like every mile down the road, there's another church. Some are big, some are small. So a lot of that comes into play as far as my respect for the community and all that goes. Which, like I said, I'm trying to be a respectful auditor, and do things how I feel is the right way. I'm sure eventually, yeah, I mean, as far as the religion goes, I don't, I can't say, oh yeah, I believe in you, or I support you. I believe there's a higher something out there. I'm just not gonna say it's this guy, that guy, or the other guy. There's something out there that's making all this happen. That I don't think anybody can doubt that. It's just that I'm not gonna point fingers. Okay, I'll have to look that up. You're getting into big words for my small brain. Trying to read and talk at the same time. I gotta get my brain working the right way, I guess. But I'm sure at some point when I'm out there, I'm gonna do or say something, that people aren't gonna like, or maybe that is what people like. But I'm gonna do what I can to keep my cool. And if I mess up and start throwing f bombs and talking about a particular police officer's mother in some kind of derogatory way, I mean that's just how things happen sometimes. You know, and like I said, I'm gonna try to do the best as I can to keep my cool and keep it professional. And as far as the audits and stuff go, I'm researched some places. I got a place. Okay, all right, I get that. I'm pretty sure I'm going out Thursday with a couple of other people to do a video, and depending on what the scenery and stuff looks like when we get there, I'm probably gonna go live for a little bit. Maybe not right in the beginning. Walk around and just take some regular standard footage with a couple of cameras that I got, and have the phone ready to go live. No, you're all right. You're all right, Richter. I just got to get used to this talking and reading at the same time. It's all good, man. It's all good. Speak your mind. That's what we're here. Talking, questions. Shoot the shit. Um, cassette doesn't even have to be about auditing, but I'll have the phone ready to go live definitely, and in case any contact does happen. Going to be kind of in a remote area, and it's more or less it's going to be an audit, but it's not. I mean, because it's a really beautiful area. It's really scenic. I've been there a couple times, just not in this specific spot. But it's going to be nice. I'll have my new camera. I'll have um, an action camera mounted to me somehow. I'm going to figure that out yet. Yeah, definitely criminal police are a bad thing. Definitely. So I'll have my new camera. I'll have the body cam that was donated by a great appreciate that. You know who you are. And I'll be doing the cell phone. And eventually, if things start happening financially with me, I'm definitely just gonna get my own cell phone just to audit with, because with what's been going on with these cell phones and people taking them and all that, I really don't want my personal cell phone taken. I got besides contacts and all that. I got a lot of um, family photos and stuff like that on there that it would kill me if that had lost that aren't backed up now already. But right now, for those of you who don't know, I'm kind of a stay-home dad right now. I am out looking. I'm not going to be not working forever. I gotta get doing something here soon. But finances and stuff like that are tight for me. Yeah, that's nice. Mine's in only 57 times, but I did shoot a moon video last night. Mr. 75 there. I mentioned that in one of your videos. I shot a new new moon video at dusk last night, testing out my new microphone, and I'm pretty sure I got some really. I haven't listened to it yet on the laptop. My laptop's another story. A couple people know about that, but I got to get back into my laptop. Basically, I got locked out, but as soon as I can get that on the computer, I'm gonna upload that and check out the audio because this microphone I got is supposed to be decent, and I'm hoping I caught some amazing audio. Yeah, I saw that one with the 250 times zoom. I mean, with that much zoom, if we can't see life on the moon right now, I don't know what's going to see it. Yeah, the GoPros are nice. I've got a just a cheaper action cam, and so far it's been pretty good. The only thing I noticed about it is in the waterproof box there, the audio is really not good. So I'm thinking before I go out tomorrow, I'm going to modify my box a little bit and compromise the fact that the camera could get wet to try to increase the audio. Because I mean, there's um, there's no point in showing a video of me standing there still with my arms in the air, not doing nothing, um, while the cop's saying stop resisting, and then you can't hear it, you know. But yeah, equipment for me right now is pretty much low key. I mean, the best thing I got is my new camera right now, and I just had a birthday pass, so I kind of felt like I deserved that for what I want to do, and I got shamed for getting that, but what's done is done. I did it. That's what I wanted, and so that's what I got. I had a friend talking to me about trying to look through a telescope too. I don't have one myself, but the next time around somebody with one, I'm definitely going to try to film through the telescope like that to get even better shots. But it's pretty clear around here at nighttime, and the next time I get a really nice cloudless night, I'll go out with the camera and try to get some good shots. Definitely, yeah. I like the nature scenes. I was trying to set up today to do this with the pasture and the cows behind me, but I'm kind of got to stay close to home. Got something on the stove cooking, so don't want to actually just leave the house and come back to it being gone. That's not good. So yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. And I'm noticing too, I got to try my different lenses. I keep getting um a red halo around the moon as I try to zoom in. Um Especially at nighttime when I try to zoom in. I don't know if I got to play with the settings on it to figure it out. I mean, the camera I got can do a lot. I just basically need to find the time to figure out all the settings and the best way to shoot things, and not trying to sound lazy, but um, being able to sit down with somebody who can figure it out better than I can, or who's got more experience with one like that would be the best for me. Because my time as far as being able to get out and do this is kind of limited, and I really don't have too much time to sit there and experiment that much. So in the field stuff is going to be more my learning curve with the camera as far as that goes. But I like it. It's decent. It was recommended by another auditor, so I looked it up and found a decent price on Amazon. So I just went for it. Little bundle kit that comes with a microphone and a light and a cleaning kit and extra lenses, carrying bag, and a um, not a tripod, just a little tabletop mount for it that kind of converts into a handheld job, so you can hold on to it and shoot. I didn't think that was going to be too comfortable, but it is. I like it. I like it. The only thing I'd like to check into is maybe getting a remote for it. Um, so when I do my zooms in and out, it's a little bit more steady. Because right now I'm trying to aim, shoot, and zoom and get a little shakiness involved and all that. But that might just come with practice. I might come and practice. We got 7 people watching. Oh, I figured out how to make chat come up. I just scroll up and down. There's somebody lurking. Froggy Master, $10 smartphone. Huh. Yeah, I might check out that $10 smartphone. You know, like I said, I definitely want something just for auditing purposes. I mean, that's going to be another $50 bill. $50 bill a month to keep it, you know, up and active. But if things start happening as far as the monetization goes, you know, I'm way lacking on viewer hours to try to get monetized. I'm much closer as far as subs go than viewing hours. So I got to bump my viewing hours up, and once I get the subs, I'll be able to monetize and just, you know, just run the quicker commercials to be able to get me some income so I can keep doing the things I want to do, because eventually I'm going to run out of stuff to do within 20, 30 miles of home, and I'm going to have to start traveling. I've already been networking with a couple different auditors that are in my state, or, you know, within a state or two, talking about meeting up and stuff. But still, that's, you know, it's going to be gas and hotels and food, and I'm not at that point yet. But yeah, see, I don't know, ABQ. I'm hoping too. I'm hoping live streams like this. I'm gonna have to go back and yeah, and check that phone out. Cause I mean, the one I got's okay, but I mean, I'm not moving around right now. But is the picture okay? Is it doing that little blurry, fuzzy thing that I see on a lot of different live streams? I'm thinking maybe it might be good if it is good, because I'm just sitting still and it's on a tripod. I'm not really moving around. Is the picture quality okay, people? Okay. All right. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna, you know, just do a little let's do a little drunkenness here with it and see what happens. And, you know, if it starts getting blurry or whatever from me moving around, you know, then maybe I'll know that that's what it is. You know, maybe signal loss. But yeah, I definitely want to get whatever I use to audit with. I want it to be decent. I see a lot of low quality live streams that happen out there, and I'm a perfect example of it. My last live stream I did, right when I had contact, I lost the video, kept the audio, and then it jumped right into me having contact, and, you know, it was unfortunate. Couldn't have happened at a worse time. Yeah, that's what I paid 2 for mine. Mine's the Huawei something something something. It's just like one of the latest Samsungs people are telling me. You get a little dizzy there, Froggy? Yeah, I was just doing a little experimenting, seeing what happens when I move it around, see if I can get that glitchiness, that blurry effect happening. But yeah, there's nothing worse than watching a live stream where um something's happening or just about to happen, and you get that freeze or it just quits in general. And I think a lot of that might have to do with maybe some of the radios and some of the equipment that the police carry with them. You know, maybe there's a lot of RF interference. I'm not sure. I'm not really tech savvy like that. Just kind of sort of guessing. Yeah, I'm on the Wi-Fi right now, and you know what? That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I'm wondering if I shut my Wi-Fi off, if it'll be a difference. I don't know if I want to try to play with that now while I'm doing this. I don't want to lose it. Well, maybe I can. And I might have just lost the stream. Nope. I shut my Wi-Fi off, so maybe it will be a difference now. Okay, Wi-Fi is off. Everybody disappeared, but everybody came back. So I don't know. No, unfortunately, Register 75. I couldn't go to Texas. I had a plan, I had a ride, I had so yeah, I couldn't make it due to my thing going on here with my family, but I tried to do what I could do as far as support wise from here at home. Um, Trying to stay in contact with the people that I knew were there and trying to relay them information, the little bits of information that I could obtain from just sitting at home and watching other streams. But with what went down in Leon Valley, I don't think it was a loss at all. I definitely think it was a win. Um, I think it was a win to the fact that okay, it is buffering a little bit here and there. All right, that's good to know. I do run on Straight Talk, which I'm not sure if that's got totally everything to do with it, but there's two different cards you can buy, and the card I bought this month was supposed to be better for streaming. So I mean, we'll have to see, I guess. But I think um, another thing I could have changed with the newer camera I bought, I would definitely maybe go for a Wi-Fi one next time. So it's so I'm able to stream right to YouTube with it. You know, and as far as the uploading and stuff like that too. The way I'm doing it now is just pulling the card and putting it in the laptop, which isn't a big deal because I'm finding out that when I just hook up directly with an Ethernet cable, that they upload a lot quicker than just going through the Wi-Fi. But yeah, a better phone's needed. The rig I had for my action cam, I took it all apart and cut stuff up and tried to modify it when I did um, one of my first audits to get my other camera to stay on there good, and I kind of regret it now because I could have used all that material the way it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think it was a win there. Um, they used a lot of resources and went through a lot of effort to stop something that was potentially going to happen, and it didn't happen like they thought. And people can speculate as far as who, what, where, when, how, and why, but only really, truly, only the people who were there know the whole story. But from what I saw, there was a big police presence, definitely. Oh, oh, okay. I didn't okay, that's what you guys meant earlier by the rocking. Oh, no, that's my Okay, I'll try to stop rocking. It's my OCD, I guess. Yeah, they should, but I don't know if going to the Chiefs' home constantly would be um a cure to it, totally as well. Yeah, yeah, I know it's legal, but I mean, I think with the poll that the guys got, they would have found something to get people on eventually. Even if it's um a simple, stalking, at some point. Yeah. Yeah, having the yeah, having some kids with you. Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned that too about taking my son with me. Who's going to arrest an auditor with a kid with him? But yeah, I don't know. That'd be a tough call there. Yeah, veterans in wheelchairs. Yeah, like there's one in Leon Valley. He's a little upset he couldn't get around on the public sidewalks too well. And I don't know if anything ever became of that. I don't know if the ADA got involved. Um, I know I called Fox News San Antonio and told them what was going on as far as closing off the parking lot and restricting people who needed that access to get it. Yeah, but but yeah, that was definitely a risky move on their end, to step over that boundary of infringing on other people's rights other than the people who were there to record what was going on and exercise their First Amendment rights, to protest. Like it lives on a dead end, huh? Yeah, that's funny. But but yeah, I'm sure that would have been fun for a couple days sending some people over there. I personally probably wouldn't have done anything like that. It'd be I don't know, too um I guess the way I think about it is it'd be too personal for me to get involved with somebody like that. If I don't like what he's doing and I'm gonna mess with him, I'm gonna be outside his job, daily. I wouldn't want to necessarily involve his wife and kids to his bad decisions, at work. I wouldn't want to put the man's family through that when, you know, um, they really didn't have really anything to do with it. You know, I mean, as far as shaming him, yeah, that's fine for people to do. Yeah, retirement party. It's yeah, like Sopranos. They blurred his house on Google Earth. That's funny. That's real funny. I wonder what kind of pull you had to get that done. Wow. Huh. Interesting. I don't I remember when people did that specifically during the live streams, and I just had a bad feeling when I saw that happen. I'm going, uh-oh, something's gonna happen now. Whether it's legal or illegal. Um, when I saw his address pop up on the screen, I knew it was going to be a good turnout. Like I said, whether it was legal or illegal, doing that, you're gonna piss the man off to the point where he's gonna do something, regardless. And I wouldn't do anything like that. I wouldn't want anything. I wouldn't want anybody to do anything like that on any of my videos. I wouldn't want it connected or tied to me at all because all said and done, no matter what happens when somebody's out doing, an audit, a jury's going to potentially see this footage, and you want to paint yourself in a good light. When push comes to shove, um, you want your peers to know that you weren't being a dick. You were, just simply exercising your rights. Okay, yeah, yeah. They probably only put so much tech hours into trying to blur his house there. Yeah, but that's pretty funny. You know, that's pretty funny. I wonder if he. Yeah, I know, and I'm sure I'm gonna show my dick size sooner or later. Somebody's gonna push me. I'm gonna let that side of me show, but that's not how I intend to go out from the beginning. And like I said, when push comes to shove, I'm sure it's gonna happen. I'm sure I'm gonna say, I'm sure I'm gonna do some things, that I wasn't necessarily intending to go out there and do or say, but that's just human nature when it comes to fight or flight. Want to we want to express ourselves, and sometimes the emotions can get the better of us. But I'm sure I'm going to be a dick one of these times. I've come close, a couple of times. If I would have had a couple more minutes with Sheriff Bartley there, Mr. Gatorman. If I could have had him for another 30 or 45 seconds, um, listening to what I had to say, I definitely would have pissed him off to the point where he would have put hands on me. I can guarantee you that. If he got pissed off at me simply pointing my camera at him for the little amount of time I did, And then when I tried to de-escalate by moving the camera out of view, and he still jumped in my face, I could imagine, how he would have felt when, I would have threw him some of my one-liners. Yeah, they do. And when um, when I go out there, when I'm out there for me. Um, I might be with somebody else, but I'm out there as my own individual. Me as one. And as far as being with other people, that's just to me that's part of the buddy system. We got to watch each other's backs. We got to especially when it comes to documentation on what's going on. If I'm standing 50 feet away from an auditor having a confrontation um, with a potential tyrant, I want to be there to document it. I want to be able to say, hey man, I saw exactly what happened from over here. This is what I got. As far as that goes. But having buddies around is definitely a good thing. You know, they don't have to be right there with you either. They could be watching from afar. You know, I think that's some of the things that they don't realize when we go out there. That there's times when we might not have somebody right. There's people close. If not at the very least, they're watching what's going on. You know, okay, yeah, yeah. I've been trying to look into different ways of duplicating what I'm streaming. Um, I've only read into a little bit, but ultimately that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to stream and have a copy go somewhere else in case something does happen to the camera or does happen to the upload on YouTube. That there's another copy there available. Definitely, that's definitely a good thing to have and know about. And that's the other reason why I like to try to film with multiple cameras. So there's hopefully one is still good and usable as far as evidence goes. But I'm kind of hoping maybe the next couple streams I do here, I can get some input on some more locals that are close to me or closer to me, as far as figuring out some places for me to go because I'm not the best on the computer. I mean, um, when I um, when I start to Google search and I type in the letter A, Asian Ashbourne pops right up. I don't know why, but it does. But so I'm not the best as far as looking stuff up on the computer. But okay, we got a computer programmer on here. All right, sweet. I'd have to go back and read that, Froggy. I'm barely reading half these comments as it is, and it's not even, they're disappearing before I can read them. So it's not like they're scrolling away out of my view. But ultimately, I need to do some research in my area to find some more government connected buildings, businesses rather to go to that have a tie-in with the government, where our tax dollars are going, and investigating some of these places, finding out what they're doing, how our money's being spent, stuff along those lines. Is the way I really want to go for now. But like I said before, this next one coming up is going to be more or less of a tribute audit. It's going to be in a nice scenic area. There's going to be stuff to audit. There's going to be a couple things to audit. Um, Not going out there to provoke or look for contact, but where we're going, we're most likely going to get it. Usually that's how it goes. You're um, filming a nuclear power plant or you're filming a turtle crossing the road. If somebody sees it, and don't like it, they're going to make a call. And the next thing you know, you got somebody down there, looking at you funny on why you're filming a painted turtle walking across the street. It's just, it's just is. But that can be expected. I like I like them to come out and say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? What are you doing? I mean, that's fine. They've got information on what's going on, but as soon as the point's made on what you're doing and why you're there, that pretty much should be it. And as far as this, oh, trying to make you feel guilty or make you feel like you're doing something wrong or giving you directives on what you can and can't do when, most of us who go out there know exactly what we can and can't do. That's when I want to throw them a little attitude back. Yeah, that might be true. That might be true. You see, Nasty Nathaniel does that, and I've seen him do a bunch of different audits overseas in different countries, and I wanted to. I'd like to talk to him more about on a personal level about that. Me personally, I wouldn't push the envelope in some of the other countries like that because no matter if you're right or if you're wrong, if they want to jail you, they can jail you, and you can look it up and Google it now. There's a at least one American being held right now in the Philippines, and I think it's been like 4 or 5 years now. They're holding him for something stupid, not even giving him a trial or court or anything. They're just holding him, and it can be scary in another country like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what's up with that. I think it's that whole um I don't know. I don't want to name any names, but I think one side or the other can be a little bit more arrogant about how they do things. And there's a couple of them out there I used to watch and I don't watch anymore just because it's just it's the same thing over and over. Um, as far as them trying to initiate and make contact happen, and there's one out there that automatically is, I mean, if he gets looked at by somebody, he just starts shouting out his channel name like the world is supposed to know who he is, and he's expecting people, step back and bow for him, you know, bow as in bow, not as in, you know, the bow who's locked up. But but yeah, there's some of them I used to enjoy watching, and I just don't anymore. And as far um as far as some others, I think some of them just need to mature a little bit more. They need to take advice, you know, maybe listen to what some of the other people are starting to tell them, and maybe heed to some of the suggestions about maybe about the way they're going about things, and try to mature a little bit. And I'm really surprised I haven't seen my troll's not here yet. Well, he might be here. I don't know how to really look at them all right now. I'm not sure what you're talking about with the Palestine movement there, but yeah, I'm surprised my number one troll's not here yet. I'm a little disappointed. Maybe he's um trolling and I just don't see him. He hasn't commented yet. Um, maybe he's licking boots. I'm not sure, or maybe he's doing a little one-on-one cuddling with one of them right now. Who knows? I mean, Auditor Destroyer, if you're out there, I'd love to talk with you. I think your humor is great. I love it. You know, that's cool. So, ABQ, when do you plan out to go out next, and where do you think you're gonna go? I mean, if you don't want to tip your hand like an exact address and date, believe me, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I hear where you're coming from, ABQ, but I don't know. If anything, if anything, just unclick that bell. You know, unclick the bell. You don't have to watch anybody you don't want to watch. That's for sure. Yeah, a lot of people can't handle the criticism. I mean, if if somebody wants to criticize or tell me they think I'm stupid or whatever, that's fine. Um, to me, um, to me, that's just more conversation that can go on in the chat, about things. And I mean, I really don't think I don't think I'd. I mean, you really got to push the line if I'm gonna outright block somebody. Okay, a car accident last night. Okay, wow. Was it any fatalities or just a regular car accident? I Okay, yeah, that's cool. I gotta stay away from them places for now, and can't really do any traffic stops or any cop watching yet until I get things situated on my end. There's a couple different reasons for that. Don't want to get into too much detail, but yeah, for those of you who know and have done your research, you'll know one of the reasons why. But until things get a little bit settled, and they're starting to get things on my end personally are getting a little bit better. Compromises are starting to be made, which is great. I'm all for it. I know I'm not going to get my way 100%, and I expect that the other people know that they're not going to get their way 100%. But if we can meet somewhere in the middle, um, that would be great. And really, I'm shaking up possibly injured. Okay, all right, that's cool. Yeah, because I don't know personally if I'd want to stick around for a fatality. I don't know if I don't know if I'd want to do that. You know, but the only reason why I keep touching back on my personal life here a little bit here and there is because I know some people say who don't watch, they watch. So just trying to put the word out there. It's worked before, and I know it's gonna work again in the future. But yeah, if anybody rewatching this stream lives near me or knows near any places that aren't a prison or a police department or any place like that they've got information on and like to see audited, definitely comment in the comments or email me about it, and we'll check into it. Yeah, exactly, Ratitude. Exactly. Um, yeah, traffic deaths in the U.S. are pretty crazy. Definitely, there's a lot of there's a lot of factors involved with that, but people need to just pretty much pay attention when they're out there. You know. Well, yeah, Richard 70. That's one of the things I'm trying to do with my videos is to try to prove that one person can make a difference. That truly it can happen. Um, I've seen it happen in other people's videos. There was a recent one, really recent. I'm sure some of you know her and maybe have subbed to her. Texas Rose, I think it's Texas Rose 956 maybe. She single-handedly changed the way that the police department deals with complaint forms. Got them up to federal regulations where they actually have a specific process where you do the complaint form. When she went there and inquired about it, you pretty much had to sit down with a deputy and um, fill it out like that, which can be really intimidating for a lot of people. Nobody wants to um, nobody wants to sit across from a deputy complaining about another deputy. People don't want to do that. So by the time her process is all said and done, you walk into that PD now, and there's an actual separate location where you can just go and pick up a complaint form and leave. There's no what do you need this for? Who is the officer involved? All that BS. That's all out the window now. And to me, that's a perfect example of one person making a difference. And that's part of my quest out here. If I can educate somebody, if I can uncondition somebody to realize that, hey, I can say no to that question in a polite way and not sound like a jerk, or I'm gonna exercise my rights. The next time I'm in the situation like that, if I can educate somebody to do that, to me the battle's won. You know, it's all about the transparency between um, these um, public officials out there that want to just overstep the boundaries a lot. People need to see what's going on. I mean, we see it in the news all the time, but it can be a little bit one-sided as far as the police brutality goes and who's doing what where. Because the news media pretty much puts out there what they want you to see and what they want you to hear. But if we can get different points of views and show people what's going on out there and try to make changes, changes will happen. Eventually change will happen. If in a couple of years, let's say, yeah, yeah, there's a local case. I can't call out any names because I really don't know too much about it, but we've got a local case here um, where sheriff and a deputy are now in jail because of the things that they've been doing, and and that's good. We need stuff like that. We need to expose the bad ones, and we need to promote the good ones. And you can see from my jail video where Gator Man got all pissed off at me, and then his boss, the sergeant who was there, who shooed him away, and when I asked him what his name was, did the typical, my name's right here thing. That just goes to show you it starts from the top down. He sees his boss act like that, of course he's going to act like that. And then it's going to get worse. And that just, stuff like that shouldn't be tolerated. You know, they want they want respect from us. Well, it goes both ways. They should be given respect as well. Like I said before, come out and talk, do your little field investigation. Ask me what's going on, what am I doing. And after I tell you what's going on, and tell you why I'm here and what I'm doing and my purpose, that should be pretty much the end of it. If there's any issues beyond that, I really don't want to talk to you anymore about it. Let me talk to somebody else, because I'm not gonna be bullied like that. And I'm surprised that some of the people who are closer to me really don't see that, because yeah, Texas County, yep. Um, I've had that kind of intimidation happen right in front of a loved one, and it was clear, blatant intimidation that this officer was trying to use on me, and I had not done. I mean, I wasn't filming. I wasn't doing anything. I was simply trying to point out who the aggressor was in the situation that he showed up to, and he just basically was intimidating me to stay in this exact spot where I was. When I was merely trying to help him. And it's blatant stuff like that that just makes me want to go out and do what I want to do. To expose the tyrants. I'm not going out there trying to necessarily um, poke a stick and cause a confrontation. That's not That's not my goal. My goal is not to go out there and say, hey, let's piss off a pig to see what he does. No, that's not my goal. My goal is to handle the conversation professionally, um, with skill and with the use of the law, to let him know that not everybody can be pushed around, and you might want to think twice before you go out and you try to intimidate somebody or get somebody to do something that they don't necessarily have to do just because you ask them to do it. You know, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. All right, I got just over an hour here, guys, and I don't want to I don't want to stretch this out too much longer. But had a nice chat. I wish I could read this chat more. I wonder if I can get that closed captioning on so this thing can talk to me once in a while. Let me know what everybody's saying. But I appreciate everybody coming out and checking me out for a minute. I'm gonna try to do this maybe once a week. Um, Once I get a little more settled down, I'd like to do this more or less at nighttime, maybe. When people got a little bit more free time and we can sit around and shoot the shit. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be all about police. It doesn't have to be about auditing. It doesn't have to be about conspiracy theories. If there's stuff in the news you guys want to talk about, or different equipment or networking or anything like that, that'd be great. That's fine with me. But if you just want to sit around and talk about auditing all day, that's fine. That's no big deal. So I'm gonna give it another 45 seconds here and let you guys finish talking for a minute, and I'll go back and read some of the comments and make some comments back and try to get into this conversation that I've been pretty much missing out on because I can't read and talk at the same time. Um, yeah, I don't like concentrating on more than one thing at a time. Then I can't really perfect the one thing that I'm doing. So we'll just leave it at that. So I want to appreciate everybody's time. Thanks for coming out, and look for me again. And everybody be safe out there, and do what you got to do as far as the people who do go out there and audit and film. Just keep in mind that a lot of these people do have job. That they have families, they have a life, and just try to educate them. You know, Try to educate them in the most dignifying, respectful, politeful way that you feel that you can. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate it, and see you guys later.